Opera SM here with a deck tech built around Heliod's Punishment. This aura spell for 10 reads target opposing creature can't attack or block. That creature gains Enchanted. At the end of your turn, if you have 16 or more mana in your hand, this creature loses can't attack, can't block, and Enchanted. So it's a pacifism sort of effect on a spell, but it can get turned off, basically effectively nullifying it. Well, Storm Herald is a new card I got. It's a 5/4 haste for 16. When this creature enters the battlefield, return the first 3 aura cards from your graveyard to your hand. Those cards gain full mana. At the end of your turn, your creatures lose all their buffs and their enchanted abilities. Well, Heliod's Punishment is an aura spell, so we could theoretically get 3 of these onto the field and disable our whole opposing team, which is pretty cool. And we don't really care that our creatures are going to lose their buffs and enchanted abilities, because we're just enchanting opposing creatures with the auras. So it's kind of like a risky Hexus in the sense that if they get a lot of mana in their hand, it goes away. But on the positive side, they can't match the gem away from Hexus on the board. So, and then also your aura spells are exiled when you're casting it with this. But this is what this deck's playing around with. Only other spell in the deck is Invert Invent. For the Invent side of pick one of the next 3 spell cards from your library, fetch that card, and destroy the others, and repeat this process. So this looks at 3 plus 3, so 6 spells. So we'll just get 1 invent so we can keep the loop going, and then invert can put other copies of the aura into our graveyard so we can get it back with Storm Herald. I was originally using Heliod's Pilgrim as another creature to fetch an aura, but I'm experimenting with Tajic, Legion's Edge. I know this is another creature. I'm using Kalemne, so it will also find Tajic. So normally in my Kalemne decks, I just play 1 creature, and Storm Herald really was the focus. But I'm just experimenting because Tajic, Legion's Edge, also it's a 6/5 legendary first strike haste mentor creature. At the beginning of your opponent's turn, your other creatures gain prevent damage till end of turn, but mainly for the activate 2 ability of fetch the next aura from your library. So this can find auras and help them get them into play for us. So that's pretty cool. So giving it a try. Not sure if I like that, but the deck could actually kind of be built around either of these guys, but I'm just trying with both. We have Royal Scions in this deck. As I mentioned, that aura spell will basically be nullified if our opponent gets to 16 mana in hand. So using this resourceful ability, if we can draw extra cards, we can trigger to ping our opponent for 1 and drain our opponent for 1. So using his 0 ability, discard a card, then draw 2 cards, we can drain our opponent for 2 and deal them 2 damage a turn. Also, once we've got a bit of pressure on the board, we can use the -3 ability to give one of our creatures +3/+0 and double strike. So that's great. It can really speed up the clock. In that sense, theoretically having a deck with only 1 thing to search up, so we reinforce 1 big stack, might be more efficient there, but it's mainly for the draw, but we can use it to end the game as well. The rest of the deck is white mana conversion. We have Castle Ardenvale at 10. When it enters the board, if there are 5 or less white gems, convert 4 gems to white. In the beginning of our turn, we get to convert 2 gems to white. So it's not often we use the first ability, but keep an eye out for it, because you can get some extra conversion value if you drop it at the right time. But the activate 3 white ability to create a 1/1 white human token has actually been really, really good. It was Magic Ninja, I believed, who was playing against one version of my deck in Challenge of the Courts, and he had a pretty controlling deck, but he realized that with all the reinforcements from experience counters that you get on this, with all the conversion and loyalty you get, that even just those little 1/1 tokens, if you've got 10 12 conversion, they can start to be a really big threat that can repopulate the board. So this holds the 3rd creature slot. The other cards are 4 gates, all that make white. So that is this deck tech. It's a really interesting sort of build to play. I might record a video with it later, but just wanted to get the thoughts out about it now. All right, take care.